I graduated from Ohio University and I got my bachelor's degree in restaurant, hotel, and tourism. I thought I was gonna run a restaurant. The dish that we're gonna have tonight would be the blackened salmon pasta. So it is very hot in here because you wanna get that pan nice and hot to get a good sear on your fish. I like to keep the skin on my salmon, but this just helps us cook it a little bit more without burning it. So when I flip it, you'll see what I'm talking about. It has really, really good color. You know, look at that color. That's a good color. I put a little Kroger honey on here and a nice amount of butter at the end, but that's how I cook my salmon. Of course, salmon's gonna take a little bit longer than shrimp, so I'll put my shrimp in here to let it kind of marry itself in. And we'll get our shrimp in here. So again, we're letting these kind of go, letting our little family here. I started off in the management trainee program, and I had 2 years at Lewis Center 805, and then 2 years down at the Eakin Road location 990. And then I went and I got the opportunity to be in the KMA HR office. And last year I got the opportunity to be the district HR leader. My most favorite part about my job is teaching folks new ways of doing things. So I love to be able to go in, hands-on, support the stores. Whenever I am not at work, I am at home with my family. I'm hanging out with my friends. We love to travel. We love to eat. I'm a big foodie. I love to cook. My family's spoiled. They get a different meal every night. This is me. I put my book bag down. I walk in. I'm like this. And to the kitchen every night after work. So we're letting those cook. While those do, I'm gonna go over here. Because again, we're talking about me that's coming home right from work and have to cook. Full fresh kitchen does not hurt for me. I don't need to do all that chopping. They can chop it for me. I'm gonna saute up some peppers, some mushrooms. This is how I sneak in veggies for my babies. It means a fair shot. Having that seat at the table, being a part of the conversation. Everyone starts off a little bit differently, but it's the effort that you put in to get to that finish and that end goal. Just want everyone to be able to have that same opportunity. And you may not even be the best at it, but at least you got the opportunity to be the best. We've said for a long time, it's always been ingrained in our everyday life. It's been a part of our core values. The diversity and inclusion has always been there. But now we're putting actually our work where our mouth is and saying, hey, we do want to listen, we do want to hear you, and we are going to actually make changes based on the feedback that we've received. My grandparents, both of them, were actively involved in the civil rights movement. My grandmother even marched with Martin Luther King. She tells the story a lot. It's also an opportunity to learn more about Black history and then celebrate and support Black businesses. So when I think about the past couple of years, yes, it brought a lot of things to light. If I learned anything, I go back to my sister who was 29 and passed away due to breast cancer the very beginning of 2020. So that's what 2020 means to me. All the other stuff kind of fades away. The one thing that I remember about her last 2 years of her life, she didn't know when the day was going to be, but she lived life to the fullest. All these different views, opinions, you don't want to agree, you don't want to get along. Live your life to the fullest, shine your light. The last step is to make my sauce with the Parmesan cheese and Italian cheese. That's how I get vegetables on the plate, by hiding it in tons of sauce. We're gonna throw our pasta in here in a minute. We're just waiting for this here to thicken up a little bit, and then we're gonna have that starchy pasta stick to it. My mom, I don't thank her enough. We both had our first child at the age of 20 in college. She dropped out of school and said, you know, I'm gonna get married and I'm gonna get a job and take care of my kids. And she was successful in Then I put everything together to make it one big happy family. Now I make my plates for my family.